Hello everyone. I'm going to show today is the bag of 90% silver for my treasure chest challenge. You can see the barber dime right there. Anyway, with this JFK, there's $59 face value in the bag. So that is 42.185 ounces or troy ounces of silver in the bag. We'll put that in the memory. Now, there are $6 coins, 5-piece dollars, and one Morgan dollar. The math on it's a little different. So just over 4.5 ounces in all the dollar coins. So in my treasure chest challenge, I have almost 47 ounces of silver, troy ounces. A troy pound is 12 troy ounces. So right now, I have 3.9 troy pounds of silver in my treasure chest challenge. It is what $59 worth of silver weighs, or $59 face. It is heavy enough right now that pinching it between my fingers, it takes quite a bit of grabbing force to keep it from sliding. I really have to concentrate on it. If I don't concentrate, it starts slipping. As you can see, it's sliding. Anyway, I'll move that out of the way. Talk about something I want to stream, the contents of this box. It is a 14-inch double wide box. So let me get some of this silver out of the way so I don't tear it up. I'm going to lay this down on the table. Leave. And get all this stuff up and out of the way. That's probably good enough. Open the box up. Okay. And this is dimes. Oh, I got the box in backwards. It does include modern proof coins. So let's rotate the box. There's somewhere around 260 dimes in here, including barber dimes, 1892. Now, there ain't a whole lot of them before. Oh wow, $1.75. I must have bought this a while back. But anyway, most of these aren't real expensive coins in this box. So it goes out. And the first Mercury dime is in 1916 Philadelphia. I'm not going to do this whole box tonight, but I have a 16S and several 1917 ones in here, and a couple of 1917Ss, a few 18 and 18Ss, 1819, 1920D, 20S. Let's see what that one is. $8. Okay, and then you got 23s and 24, all the way down towards the end of the box, including this one that's in an orange holder, which I haven't seen too many of these coin mounts that are orange, or any other color for that matter. We'll put this back in here. On this side, we're into the 40s, 44, and a couple of them are nicer. Like this is an uncirculated one. And the 45s, 45Ss. Till we get to the first Roosevelt dime, and it's a 46. And from the first about 2.5 inches on this side are Mercury dimes. The remaining 12 inches or so of dimes in here are all Roosevelt dimes. Roosevelt dimes don't get much love. The coin dealers usually price them a little less. Lately, barbers have been $3 at the cheapest, and Mercury dimes $2.25. And you'll be talking about one about like this, generally circulated. Now, the other box I want to stream later, this one. Is this long red one. Now, what's in the red box is quarters, and I put it up backwards again. Spin it around. There's probably 260 dimes in the one and 260 quarters and halves in this. Now, I start with an 1892 Barber quarter in this, generally circulated quite a bit. You get a good idea what they look like. It jumps from that to a 1902. I don't think I have a whole lot of Barber quarters in here. They go till a 1913D one. So I got like 6 of them in here, not very many. And then it goes to Standing Liberties. And they are usually around $3 in this box up. We go all the way out to 1930S, which there's about maybe 3 inches of them in here, 25, 30 coins, something like that. And we start with 1932, the first year of the Washington quarters. Now, how'd that get out of order? Put that back in there. I was going to say I thought I had a 32S in here, and I said no. We got like 4 total 1932 quarters in here, all Philadelphia. The first year they minted about, of Washington quarters, they minted about 5 million Philadelphia. The S and D ones were real low mintage, and none of these are real expensive. That one's not quite as bad worn. On that one maybe even a little less worn. There's 4 1932s. They did not make them in 33, and they jumped from then to 34. And I've got one here. Then there's about 4 total 34s. There's a couple 35s, 35S, 36, 36S, and it keeps on going. The 37S, of which I have 3 in here. This particular quarter this year was the third lowest mintage number. They only made about 1.6 million of them, and I have 4 in my possession at the moment. A couple of them I bought a while back. They weren't terribly expensive. And then the ones that are a little bit better shape, this one says it's fine plus. I guess, I don't know, but it said $8. And then this one doesn't have any grading on it, but it's about the same as that one. And so I have 4 out of the 1.6 million of them in my possession. And I know where I can get 2 more. Now it jumps, there's no 38 ones in here, and then it keeps going on back. The last one on this side's 58 Ds. On this side, I go 59s and 60s and 61, 62. About 5 or 6 inches down the line in this, maybe, yeah, about 5 or 6 inches, we get to the end of the 64s. Probably about 40 coins. Then there's a couple 40% bicentennial proof, and just the regular uncirculated. The proof's a little shinier, and the uncirculated ones just never saw any circulation. It was probably in a mint set and someone busted them out. Now I have some of the modern 90% proof ones, about just over 10 probably. And you can see that the modern proofs, they do a cameo with the high points of the coin, frosty looking. It's a real neat looking type proof design. But we'll drop that back in there, and then we'll go. There's a modern silver proof one, Texas. And the last one of the other modern ones is a 1998, which I think is the last year that they made this design. All the other ones after that are state quarters. Now after that, we jump to, that was out of order. There's only one Barber half in this whole box. They say it's very good. It's $12. And again, its back looks just like the quarters, but it's a $50. I'll show you what I mean. The back looks the same. It's just one's a quarter and one's a half. It's just how they did them. The Barber quarters, the fronts, the Barber dimes, and the Barber halves, the fronts all look about the same too. These don't have a lot of details left on them, so they're kind of beat up a little bit. But about the last half of this box is all $50. Several Walkers. Early ones in here, 1917 D, 18, some 18s, 27 is out of order. A 20 that jumps to 27. Goes into some 30s. There's only 2 27S's. So I have one 1920 Philadelphia, 2 27S's, and then the next one in the thing is a 35. I'm missing a few. I don't know how many, but I am missing a few. And 36s, 39, 40, several of the 40s. And the last one in here, it's a 45. I have more Walkers around, but the 45's not heavily circulated. There are some Benjamin Franklin ones in here, 52 being the oldest one of the ones in it. Not much love for these. They have to be really high mint state before anybody cares. A few 1960s. There ain't very many Benjamin Franklins in the box, 3. Then there's several 64 Philadelphia and a few. We'll look at them real quick. They made a lot of these. There is some with like double die. I haven't looked at these close enough to tell. They're probably not. They're not real common. and you have to use a lot of magnification to really see it. And this one is probably near mint state. Does not look like it's seen any circulation at all. As well, this one. This one's really got good mint luster on it. It's one of the best looking JFK halves I have in 64 anyway. 64D is a little scratchy, but not bad. And this other one, might have just a little less marks on it. Good mint luster on that too. You can see it spiraling around the coin. That tells you it's at the bare minimum AU 58. As the AU drops to 55 and 52 and 50, some of the mint luster starts having breaks in it. So we'll put these back in to the box. It's going to take a while to stream and show every coin when I do a live stream on the full box, which I want to do just so I can kind of catalog everything and have a video. And then there is a 40% one that's looks like it's never seen any circulation to speak of either. What else is left in the box? 68. I'll just pull out the rest of the box and have a look at the end. There's some 40% ones in here too. None of them are quite as much as the 64s because it's only 40% silver. And these are usually sold rat or near melt. Now, there is a proof, 69 proof here. And a little bit less common, it's 1970 proof S. I have two of them. And they're about as nice a JFK looking coin as you can get. For at least the older ones. Once they started doing the new frosted type proofs, which I think I have one of them in here. This is a 40% bicentennial. They made some of them. Then I have a clad proof. Then I have one that's silver proof. And then another that's just an uncirculated 40%. Another 40% bicentennial. Another one. Then we come up with, towards the end, I have a clad proof in here. And at the final end of the box is a couple of the modern 90% proofs. The 2008, very reflective. And then the 2011, which is pretty nice too. But I want to live stream both of these boxes and do it in a live stream. But when it's 260 coins and you want to show every single coin, it takes a while to get through a box. I don't really have enough time tonight to do it. But that's a couple live streams I want to do in the future. But my coin dealer had these boxes used. $2. I don't know how much these cost for new ones, but there's nothing really wrong with these. Have a little wear on them, but I don't care. For the purposes of storing the coins, they don't have to be pristine boxes, brand new. If you buy brand new ones, they just cost a lot more. I didn't want to buy ones that are ripped in the corners where it's ripped and pulls apart. So we'll go back and look at the dime one real quick. I thought there was a price on this end, but it isn't. I'm not even sure. I don't know if this was $2 or not. I think it was. When I bought this dime ones, I told Jack, my main coin dealer, I said, I know I have enough dimes to fill this. And we'll just kind of elevate the view a little bit. It's all the way to the end. Let me give you a good idea of how many coins are in this. Anyway, moving on. Put some of these back here. Talk about some of these real quick. All right. Spend a few more minutes and cover a couple things here. I just did a live stream talking about the Silver Raid. And these Libertad coins, very beautiful, but they have a bit of a premium on them. These had a slight premium. They weren't real bad. Not nice selling chip designs. I love coins like these. And then we go back to other Mexican silver, like this Olympic one from '68. These are 720 silver. And this, it's 720 silver too, and its silver content is 0.643. So about 2/3 of an ounce of silver in that, and this one's just over a half ounce. It's a little bit thinner coin. It's kind of hard to tell, and I don't think it's quite as big around. Well, almost. It's maybe a millimeter or so smaller around. But anyway, my only silver bar, it's gold plated with 24 karat gold, and someone tried to acid bath some of this gold off of it. It doesn't add any value to a silver bar to have it gold plated. In fact, it's kind of stupid to gold plate them, because someone might think it was actually a gold bar. A 1 ounce gold bar would be quite expensive. At today's prices, it'd probably be over $2,000 or in that price range. But anyway, I wanted to stream a little bit tonight, some silver, and talk about a couple of things I was going to do in the near future. Now, if you're stacking silver and you want the cheapest coins you can get that are silver, a war nickel is a good option. They usually are sold really cheap. In fact, you can sometimes find them in change. Usually they'll be dark like these are. The way you tell is the mint mark over the top of the dome. That immediately tells you it's silver and it's a war nickel, because it's the only time they did this for the 3 years they made them. 42, 43, well, actually 4 years, 42, 43, 44, and 45. I think all these are, there's a 44 and 2 43s, 3 43s. I only have 4 of them here on the table. I have quite a few of them actually, but none of them are, well, I have some that are near mint state, not circulated like these are. When they get circulated, they start turning dark. This one's nearly black, at least on the edge. But recently bought these 10% Mexican peso coins, which I want a whole lot more of them, but I haven't seen too many. And the old stone. Now, I just ordered a clear one. It should be about the same size this one is. And it'll do the same kind of thing this one will, because they said they showed a picture where it showed light reflecting in it and stuff, so I'm sure it's cut very similar to this one. I think it's made out of glass. It'll be here by Wednesday, they said. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring this down and wish you all good night. Nobody was streaming tonight that I know of. I looked at, well, there might have been some bigger channels, but I'm talking about the smaller community that I'm, co-subscribing to, and some of the guys that's got between 100 to 1,000 some subs. Nobody's like 10,000 subs in this group. There are a couple of them that I talk to that have like 2,000 or so subs, but I'm talking about smaller channel, most of which probably aren't even monotonized yet. Like the design on Britannia, I'd like to get a few more of them, and they make this in a 1 kilo option, and I'd love to have that. Now, another interesting thing they made a Libertad statue that is 12 troy ounces. It's just of the winged angel here in the middle and the pedestal. It looks cool online, but it's $999, and that's a lot of money for 12 ounces of silver. But a statue's hard to make. And the premium on this, when I bought it, it's pretty high because it's $42. Now, this older one, I bought it a year or two ago, over a year ago. I don't remember exactly when, but if I remember correctly, it was $27. And at the time, silver's probably 20 something. Now, this holder don't hold it real well. It's loose in there, but I just want to keep fingerprints off of it. I don't handle this one a whole lot just to show it in the videos. All these other ones are in pretty tight. Well, that one does move a little too, but the Libertad doesn't. The Britannia doesn't either. But anyway, I hope you all have a good night. I've got some stuff to attend to, and I have to get up early for work tomorrow, so I don't want to spend a whole lot more time. Now, out of all the stuff on the table, this is the only copper nickel coin. It's the Churchill coin. I have a good sized stack of them. They're not particularly valuable coins, but they're cool, and they symbolize one of the heroes of World War II, that his leadership and lots of brave fighting soldiers helped us win World War II. So it's very important to honor his memory, even if he wasn't the nicest guy in the world. But Morgan dollars, of which I have two sitting here that have been the date ground off of them. They're both 1921s though. And one of them, the date's ground off worse than the other one. This one here is the one I have for the treasure chest challenge. I want to make sure I keep them separate because there's $6 coins in it. But if you can find slicks like this, usually coin guys will sell them to you real cheap because they're all beat up and nothing left for collector value. So when I bought this, it was $7, which at the time, I think half dollars that weren't worn out were running about $10, $11. So it was a bit cheaper. Now out of the slicks, this peace dollar is very slicked. It was only $16 when I bought it, early in January. I bought another one that's pretty slick here. Not quite as bad, but it is slicked out quite a bit. It was $1 more, so I bought both of these the same day. One was 16, one was 17. I'm like, that's nice. I want some big coins in the treasure chest too. So it's not just dimes and quarters and half dollars. Anyway, y'all have a good night. and I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.